YouTube, I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video, but a very special guest. Tiffany, say what up.
Hello, friends.
Well, welcome. You were talking about how, generally when you talk about relationships, it's just with your girlfriends.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I really don't, have a lot of male friends. So it was hard for me to kind of like maneuver in this space of relationships for a long time because all I had was my aunts, my mom, my female friends to kind of bounce off of, and we're not really making much progress. So I'm like, I'm gonna need some help from my male friends.
Right.
See what's up.
Yeah, it's it speaks to like your circle, like right. The people who challenge you are gonna be your closest in your network, but if everyone has the same type of thinking, there's not diversity in that thinking to kind of challenge like
Absolutely.
Things that happen. So I think this will be a good conversation.
Okay.
So we'll see where we'll go with it. You ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be. Men in general tend to want to get married later, and we have all these young black professional females that are bosses, and we are just out here where they at trying to look for some alpha male.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? I'm sorry.
No, I think it's a good question, but I think that's just that's why you see so many women that try to date older, is because they're looking for more of a dude who's more serious about potentially thinking through putting legacy, like creating a legacy. When you're between 20 and 30, there's not one of these 20 to 30 years that think about legacy.
Yeah.
But there are dudes that want to get relationships, want to get married. Those dudes are not alphas because they are doing it for the wrong reasons. They're not doing it for legacy. Like they're doing it because there's an R&B song that they heard in the late 80s that told them to do it. Right.
Freak me, baby.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
I know.
And instead of like on your 20s, between your 20th and 30th birthday, you're working on and be intentional about your purpose.
Things. Yes.
What are you gonna be when you grow up?
Right.
Not a couch potato, not playing video games every day. Like you use your time very intentionally.
Right.
And you're working on your craft, you're working on your education, so you can make yourself and your community better than it was when you left it. Okay. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of that, you have these dudes that that wanna give a portion of their soul away too early, in my opinion, but
too many times. Wow. My cousin and I were literally just talking about this. And I mean, I can only speak for myself, and I do have friends that are very good at reeling them in, bringing them in, and not necessarily just being authentic and truly themselves. Like, what's your true intentions? And we were actually talking about this. How about people just be completely honest about what they really want?
But they're scared of themselves.
Exactly. Well, then you need to do some self-searching and some soul searching, and I mean, but that's the thing that I think a lot of people need to do. We need to kind of step back, and we're always in a rush to like, I got to be in a relationship, or I need to have somebody there with me at all times, and not really doing that soul searching and work yourself before you get into a relationship with somebody else or a situationship.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? And then we have this cycle that continues of hurt people hurting people, just because you have this, we're just dating, we're just seeing each other, it's a situation, it's complicated. Like, no, take a step back before you get into that next situation.
Yeah. Well, I think that loneliness is a real emotion that has to be addressed here. Like, people don't like being lonely. They don't like to sit with with themselves, by themselves. I was an only child, so I was used to being lonely a lot, and I got really good at being lonely. And like, I'm an extrovert, but I have very introvert tendencies, right? So I like my space when I have my space, and I can just go and sift away. And usually I'm working in that time. I'm not just laying on the couch watching TV. But I do think that there's some people that are kind of scared to look at themselves because they don't like what they see when they look in the mirror. So they're often searching for happiness outside, right. and other people. And it's like, well, how can you find a best version of another person if you're not the best version of yourself?
Exactly. No, that is absolutely real. I couldn't have said it any better.
Just cook, yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Just like, leave me alone.
You're not supposed to challenge nobody. You're not supposed to help a brother out. You just wanna.
That's table stakes.
Watching those YouTube videos.
Really?
That's table stakes for a healthy relationship. Like, yeah, you got to be able to expand their mind, but like that should be everybody. The unicorn stuff, to me, that's you know. Actually, no. Let me backtrack a little bit because you can't.
Yes, please backtrack.
Let me backtrack a little bit because I'm acting like it's table stakes, but no, if you find someone that can also challenge your horizons, right, can like look at your situation and can help from a different perspective and help coach you through something that a diverse perspective, which can be hard to hear.
True.
You know,
that's real.
It should be table stakes, but for me, it's table stakes. Come in the camera, so you are.
Oh, sorry.
For me, it's table stakes, and it's what I consider like if I'm looking at the opposite sex. Like, can she, like, if I come home from a long day of work, like, and I start talking about my situation, is she really listening, and can give me some constructive feedback on like what that is, like if that's what the conversation is about, like. But that unicorn stuff, you won't believe the amount of women nowadays that don't fall into that line. Like even if they do cook, right, and if they do challenge you in conversation, then they could have like a petty side to them, right? Like they can want to start arguments out of nowhere.
Everybody's trying to find this perfect person out here.
But it's not. I think from a man's perspective, it's not. It's way less complicated than what society has dictated to us. It's way less complicated.
Yes, men, you all are very simple, very more realistic than women are. We go off of our emotions all the time. We're very. It's kind of a roller coaster. We can't help it.
Listen,
there's 1,000 thoughts that go through. We are like doing 50 things at once.
Right.
And y'all are just focused on this one thing.
Yeah. So then look, but then you're proving it. But you're talking about it. That's the unicorn. We understand that y'all go through all of this, like, and you're coming up with full stories to situations when I'm not picking up my phone. We know that you do that. True. So the unicorn is the one that can act like she's not crazy for the length of of time that you're with them.
I mean, there's got to be red flags out there, y'all.
No, there is, but there's some that are way better of covering up.
They've been doing it for a long time.
They're good actors and actresses. Good actresses.
But that's not me. I try to just come with it.
You come with it authentically?
I try to. Sometimes it's hard because, you know, we've grown up in this society where you have to look a certain way, you have to be a certain way. This is trending, so you know this is what people are looking for.
Yeah.
So you try to change it up when, you know, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm really trying to just kind of let go, let flow. And if it manifests into something beautiful, then that's what it is, and not being so rigid.
Yeah.
And we're trying to be somebody's unicorn and everything. And I like that too. Yes, I do that as well.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, and that, to me, that comes across as desperation.
Yes.
If you find someone that's a little bit too, agreeable.
Right.
And I feel like as a dude, you just have to be very objective with the information that is thrown at you, and to not become somewhat emotional if like. You know, if she's a baddie, like if she's a 10 out of 10 aesthetically, and you're ignoring her intellect, like that's a red flag. Like you need to check yourself.
What are you really looking for?
Right, you need to check yourself.
Right.
You know, but maybe you a millionaire, you just looking for a trophy. My thing is, don't marry him if that's what you're looking for. Like if you feel like a trophy's gonna sit well in your life, then do your thing, homie. But don't be caught up and then not get a prenup and like all of this other BS. All right. Till next time.
Bye.
Peace.